Welcome back, folks. How's it going? We could go do some delves real quick. Yeah, let's do some delves real quick. We got sulfide for like 5 delves or something. Let's blast some, maybe get some currency. Because the currency you can get from delves early on is insane. So delves now, they just start at monster level 34. Nice, easy fix. It'll still progress down with you. If you leave your delves till later, you don't want to do it until you got like a full bar or something. Niko will dig a shaft down, and you can just go, and then you can just ride Niko's shaft, and all will be good. Otherwise, you can start delving early on and get some early currency. Unfortunately, I don't see any currency nodes near me, but we can see what we can get. All right, down we go. Oh, wrong way. Yeah, the flask suffix crafting with beast crafting is pretty damn good. So that's a good point actually, because flasks. I was talking earlier about how flasks are pretty worth selling. They might be slightly less valuable this league because it's a bit easier to craft them using beast. Depends. I'm not sure exactly how that pans out with the way Einhar's missions are working. There's a crafting recipe in here. Wait, there's crafting recipes in Delve? I did not anticipate that. Holy moly. Unexpected. The Delve music's dope. Stack up on scrolls. What's this crafting recipe? So, first Delve gave 2 socket... What? Oh, like Varici crafting. Okay, yeah. Obviously. So, socket crafting. Oh, interesting. Well, that's a very handy one to get. So definitely duck into Delve and get your crafting recipe at least. If you're wondering where the socket colors are, they're right there. Guess we'll just go down. So yeah, looks like this was just one Niko zone. He gave me 3 piles of sulfite. Looks like that's going to be enough for maybe like 4 delves. Maybe a little bit, maybe 5. Oh, this is the end of zone 1. Delve, if you didn't play it, is, I think, pretty damn good. I like Delve a lot. It's effectively an endless dungeon that just gets more and more difficult as you go down. There are different nodes that give different types of rewards. There are also hidden things that you can find in the darkness. In particular, there's some like really insane crafting that can be done via fossils that can be found in the darkness. So early on, you probably won't go into the darkness too much, but a little bit later on, once you get some like flares and dynamite, upgrade a little bit of darkness resistance. So if we go back here to the mine encampment, Niko will tell you about it. But here you can craft flares and dynamites. Flares which allow you to see in the dark, and dynamite to blow up the walls. But darkness resistance is the big one if you want to like run off into the darkness and gather things. Something to keep in mind is that enemies won't take damage if they're in the dark and there's no light. They're immune to damage. It's not endless downwards, 6,000 floors max. All right, well, look. It's endless for nearly everybody. You're technically correct, to be fair. Oh, here we go. Whoa, I forgot the buttons. I forgot the buttons.
Crashed right before I could loot my safe house. Now I got a giant queue ahead of me. R.I.P. that safe house.
I've heard of a few people having that happen, unfortunately, mate. That does suck. Sorry to hear that, Sthariel. Thanks for the bits, mate. I forgot all about, like, with the buttons. I'm like, where's my flare? How do I do this? Oh. Uh-oh, it might have just happened to me, too. Oh, dear. Oh, there's a small update, too. Just a hotfix for some bugs or something. Well, there you go. There's my first crash. Q! See, I'm not immune to it, guys. I'm not immune to it. I am going to see if I can set up Exilence very quickly. Net worth 0 chaos. I don't think it's updated yet.
Don't let that app tell you you're worthless.
It is. All right, we are back and ready to go. A little bit of a queue. Took the opportunity to try and set this thing up. We'll see if it. Who the hell's Sick Trail? Oh, it's just a it's just a random person that I bumped into, right? Yeah, I think it logs people that you like encounter if you like play with someone in a party or something.
Still.
It's kind of interesting, but yeah, I'm gonna like check out this app. It basically like tracks your currency gain and your net worth and stuff like that. I think it has to update first. I think it'll update like every 5 minutes if we're doing things. So we'll see what that's like. Could be interesting, because I could be able to like test different things and see what sort of stuff makes the most currency. Oh, I'll report back later.
He just called a beast juicy.
Yes, I did notice that. I often call things juicy, and Einhar stole it from me. Or maybe I am Einhar, you could be right.
No.
I used to say which is the truth.
I do not wish to join my...
Haku just says transporting goods.
I do not wish to join my ancestors just yet, Exile.
Give me intelligence,
Ancestors,
Haku.
give me strength to withstand the shame and dishonor this...
No. Just no. No, Haku. You're going to prison, mate. You had 3 show up at once? Ooh, nice, yeah. It does seem like a possibility, and it might well depend on like relationships. Like maybe all 3 people have to have good relationships with each other for something like that to happen. Crafting recipe here on the way up. You have to go this way, so you'll run past it. It's attributes. And if you need some attributes for gem equip or something like that, where are we heading? We were traveling out this way, over towards Shadow area. Just kind of getting a little bit of our tree shape out of the road now, since I'm like not feeling too squishy and have heaps of damage. It's a good chance to do some traveling on the tree. You don't really need like leveling trees so much for a build if you kind of just read how your character is going. Like, if you pay attention to how your character is going. Like, feeling squishy, prioritize picking up some life and things like that. Don't go crit while leveling pretty much ever. Focus more on like the hefty damage things if that's going to have the biggest impact on your character.
Our encounter will end
Watch
very
carefully,
different
Exile.
this time,
You
Exile.
won't
The
see much
caravan.
else. All's lost.
They're like their voice lines. I killed them so quickly that their voice lines are just like all overlapping. It was like 4 people talking at once.
There's only one fate for the weak, Exile.
Jorgen.
I have earned no exception.
3 intelligence per turn. He'll lose a rank. And I think we'll give him a rank.
The price
You
See
of
what Ren has to
failure.
offer.
Not even the
In
Red Blader
Fallout
is
76, you
brutal
told
as you.
us to touch other people's junk. Now you are advocating riding Niko's shaft.
Yep. Yep. That's me.
Not even the Red Blader is brutal as you. I will do as you ask,
this
so
could be
long
good.
as you spare me.
Research intelligence and Rin and Elrian becomes friends. More friendship seems like a good thing for us. Plus a little bit of
I'll
extra
keep my
intelligence
end
as
of the
a bonus.
deal. Just
That's good.
remember this in the future.
Seems good. I think if you don't care about what that particular person is offering, you know, as in their like what their little italics text says, then ranking them up and then consuming their ranks to basically like using them to get extra intelligence is probably the go. But if you care about their items, you probably want to have them maintain a high rank as much as possible. If you're getting close, like, I guess in theory you only have to do that if you're actually getting close to raiding a hideout. If you're not up to raiding a hideout yet, then, well, it doesn't matter so much. You could probably just use and abuse them as much as you want, and then fix them later. So like for, I don't know, research, I probably don't need to worry about maintaining research so much right now. Hillick's pretty much primed to go, but I'm a ways away on actually getting to raid research. What am I actually closest to? Fortification? I'm surprised intervention is beating research. Think I picked up some good info on that earlier. There's no escape, mate. I'd really like to get fast casting linked up to Flame Dash, but socket's not cooperating with me. I don't really want to waste a bunch of jewelers and fusings. It's not something you want to use on items that you're gonna replace pretty soon.
For freedom.
Gold, fire. Pretty good gold and fire. Which is good because lightning is the one that I have a heap of from my Malachi's Artifice. It's gold and fire, it's kind of good. This has like 60 life on it though. Still, it's not a bad ring. That's bad. That's bad. I love that belt affix, but this is not a very good belt. I could easily replace this. Maybe that might be something I can replace it with. Could recraft that stuff.
Some time ago, I fabricated.
That would just make life complicated.
Alright. For Blade Vortex, it's a physical spell. What should I focus on? Item worlds. Spell damage or physical? That's a common mistake that people make. The physical damage you see on weapons when it's like percentage increased physical damage, that's a local affix. I really think they should reword those to make it more clear. Because that trips people up all the time. That only applies...
Did I get a consolation prize? Get ready.
Physical damage, like say on a wand, where it says 79% increased physical damage. That's only with attacks made with the wand, not spells.
How humiliating.
So you want spell damage. Spell damage, cast speed, and then later on there's some things you can get where it's like physical damage added as elemental damage, which is confusing again because it's like, oh, so that must be local to attacks as well, but it's not. That's global. So that's one definitely confusing aspect about the game that could be clarified. I don't think I have an example for you here. No, I probably don't have an example. There's none on the bow.
Gods, how I've wanted a reason to stick it to that brine rot.
Intelligence,
I thought we had an
please.
understanding.
Now, I'm no Clipe, but sometimes talking is better than, dying.
All prisoners
so just
are
give
set
little
free.
Guff a chance to jabber, and I guarantee that you will learn a thing or two.
Guff, betting on item outcomes. We want Guff tiny because he is that one where you like craft an item like crazy, and I want to see that. So I think I'll do the bargain. I think I'll release these two for like 3 in these two.
I am on the job.
Here we go, here's a wand. Let's see if it has it. Yeah, there we go. So look at this. 84% increased physical damage, and you're like using something like Blade Vortex that does physical damage. You're like, sweet! But that mod right there only applies to attacks made with the weapon. So if you actually just like go zap. So if you do this, attack. So no, it doesn't apply to physical spells, which is confusing because it looks like a global mod, right? And I mean, if you compare it to something like a Rustic Sash, it says the exact same thing. It's like a little confusing. Nah, don't feel bad, that trips a lot of people up. Smooth launch. It's been really good for me personally. Some people have been like waiting in queues because it's the servers are burgeoning at the seams. Apparently 50% more players at launch than last league, which is insane. So like 50% more players than their previous record. So I think like main issue only just being that like lots of people want to play. I think we can pop up here. Myself and Zizarin did a bunch of recommended league starters in our podcast that we did yesterday. Even if you don't have time to watch the podcast, it was 2 hours. You could just check out the description, and there's a bunch of links in there on YouTube. And a lot of other streamers and YouTubers have done recommendations as well. I know Mathel did a video with some pretty good looking builds in it. I've seen quite a few others as well. Ziz did a couple, like standalone videos for different builds.
When I'm ready, and not before.
So YouTube's really the place to find League starters. Ah. So lost. What? Where are we going? I feel like the Val side area. Oh, no, I see what I did. Can I jump here? Shortcut? Okay, no, this way. I just missed that there was a door over here. That's all. Ah. I see my error. Miasma. I think that quest gives a passive, so definitely one you don't want to miss. It's easy to miss too, like I often just run past. Or I think maybe if you go that way, like if you hook up around there, you can potentially get through. And then you'll end up missing it. Can side areas have recipes in them? Yeah, I think there's going to be some side areas with recipes in them. Like, where did I find one? In Act 3, Solaris Temple, where you know where you go talk to the Gemling Queen? There's like a random side area off the side there that used to be the old map device back when the game only had 3 acts. There's a crafting recipe in there. I think it was a decent one too. Oh, I should probably get these.
What do you mean?
Don't make me turn this stream around. There'll be no Disneyland for the lot of you. If you don't behave. Hey, let's not do that again. Agreed. Hey. don't do that. Oh, wow. I'm surprised you let that one through. Crazy. It was funny exactly once. Yes. That was funny exactly once. Kill the innocent citizens running around without weapons. Ah! Da-da-dum. I mean, it's not like the witch would care. Pretty sure she literally ate their children. Or burned their children. One of those. Probably ate. Seems more likely. Got a little bit of stuttering right now. Is it lag or... I don't remember what my... Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's lag. So does choking up a little bit. How does Snap Vortex actually feel for Goob again? Good, yeah.
Focused as well as 10% of damage leached as life.
Whoa, Vial Pact and 10% leech? 10% just like general leech? Holy shit, that's really good. That's insanely good. I guess it's only for 4 seconds while you're focused though. So that's a lot of leech. Thanks for the bits, Kamakamito. Yeah, Cold Snap Vortex feels really good even with... I mean, I'm just leveling self-found gear. The only item I bought was Malka's Artifice, which made my very fast boss kills even slightly faster. But not necessary at all.
Let's see if your lady is a good scatman, John. I'm the Scatman ski by www ski by www I'm the Scatman ski by www ski by www.
No more timeouts.
Wild animal thing.
Please.
Can you execute me, please, chat? Leo Jorgen, can you execute me, please? I need you to end this suffering. God damn it. Crab, no, thank you for the $2 tip, mate. Appreciate it. I hope you got your money's worth.
If it's information you're after,
Scatman money's
there's
worth.
no one better to converse with than Leo Redmayne.
20 intelligence?
I've
They
befriended
become
all
rivals?
my comrades in arms, and I can tell you all.
He wants to betray Jorgen.
You've won the
think that's
battle,
fine.
Exile, but the war will be long.
Leo, Jorgen would just
You
remove
have
him. He'll
the
exile him.
opportunity to...
Alright, I'm gonna make them
If it's
enemies.
information.
Whoa, that
Does
sounds
the weak seek to undermine the mighty?
We also now have enough intelligence to raid transportation. So we have rank 2 Vagan in there currently, which is just relocating rare weapons. So I don't expect that to be super good. I'd like Thane to be like 1 level higher. I feel like that'd make a difference here.
Might makes right, which means I work for you now, in a small fashion. You've only got hold over me worth one fight, which we all know is just one grain of sand in the desert of warfare. But it isn't nothing. And in warfare, information is as good as might. I've a friend...
We'll use him to make some people friends. Holy shit, everyone's becoming good friends, except Leo and Jorgen. They had a falling out. So there's not many people over here on Fortification, so I feel like this run won't be very good, right? That's my theory here. I mean, these two are both rank 2. He's just got rare weapons and he's got talismans, so I mean, this is what I think is going to happen. We'll go in there and we'll get some talismans and rare weapons. That's what I think is going to happen, right? Maybe if either of them were rank 3, like the quality of that or some other thing might happen. And depending if we got someone else in there that had something better, then like if Guff were in there, then that could be potentially pretty good. So I think like at one point, if you're like, oh, if I just made one change, this will be much better. You could just not run it and then wait until you like change it a little bit, tweak a little bit, make it better. I think for now though, like we're pretty early, we're leveling right now. So I think just doing a safe house run right now is fine. And we'll start getting intelligence towards the headquarters by doing that as well. So this is my theory. We'll see how true that proves. I'll get to the next waypoint and then we'll go check that out. So we can run that just from our hideout, like a map.
When I'm ready and not before.
So that's my theory. That's my theory. We'll see how good my understanding or my guesswork here on the mechanics will work. We're on the front page, baby. Ooh, that's right. Thank you, Bex, for organizing that. Welcome, guys. If you're watching some Path of Exile for the first time, feel free to pop in and ask any questions you have. We're about to go do a safe house raid and test some theories on the mechanics of this league. There's a lot to discover here. June, you stand here. Just pick her up and move around like a god.
Thanks to your hard work, we have at last pinpointed the location of a Syndicate safe house. I believe a leader to be sending orders from there. When you are ready, I can take us close. Together, we will infiltrate and dismantle it. If we can capture the leader, they may be able to get us closer to the one they call the Life Giver.
Loco fan says he tried to delay the safe house raid and the investigation went back to like 80%. So I guess they realize you're onto them and they make some changes. That's not too bad though, I think. That seems like that gives you enough time to just kind of make the changes you want to make. So that seems fine. I think it's V to show the investigation. Well, as you can talk to her. All right, so here's my theory. These two guys, Vagan's the boss of Thane. Vagan is relocating rare weapons. And Thane is carrying talismans on pilgrimage. From the safe house, we will get some rare weapons from Vagan's stash and talismans from Thane's stash. All right, pretty obvious. I think the rank that they have at the time of the raid will indicate the kind of like quality level of that. Almost like thinking like Incursion runes where there's like 3 tiers. So, and then I think at the 3rd tier, there's potentially something extra. Like Guff Tiny, for example, we've seen a screenshot where he had like some insane item crafting thing. So potentially, like, what you want to do is get people in there that are going to give you the rewards that you're looking for and have them be as high a rank as possible. So you could, if you wanted to, delay and then, like, change things up a little bit. But I think at this point early in the game, it's fine to just run it and get what we get. There's also a possibility, I think, that people with relationships to these two might come help. So maybe Corel appears. And if Corel appears, I wonder if we also get like a stash from Corel. Like maybe Corel has like a guest bedroom in Vagan's house. There might be some extra layers to it like that as well, where the relationships matter. There's not many people in here, so I think like the max we'll get is, I think we're just going to see Vagan and Jorgen. I could be completely wrong. Let's see. Very curious. Maybe they'll share a bed. Yes, if they're really good friends. We'll play full-on matchmaker. All right, let's see what we got here.
When I'm ready and not before.
Having a little bit of lag right now, it just could be a little awkward. Yeah, sorry about the stuttering. That's based on connection being a little bit dodgy right now. There's pretty spicy density in here. Some lockboxes too. Holy density, a moly! I like how the convoys are just kind of like crossing through. Just passing through. It's like the central hub. My game always looks like this. Sad face. Holy density, man! Rip bit, right? It's fine on my stream. I think it's just the game stuttering. I don't know. No, my stream, I'm not dropping any frames or anything. It's on Twitch. Seems fine there. Okay. Pretty crazy density. And here's their actual room. So let's see. So we're Thane, Jorgen, and Vegan. That's my theory.
Let's see how you fare in
There's
my
Vegan.
arena.
As
I'll
expected.
defend the cargo as I would
Never
a king
back
or
There's
down
Thane.
from a fight.
So that proves to be
a
accurate.
surprise upset.
Get wrecked,
Good
Vegan.
show.
Good show. Get shredded, Vegan. Vegan in prison for 3 turns, +3 mastermind intelligence per turn, -1 rank on release.
I call foul.
Jorgen's taking his place. So that's important. So the next in line will take their place. So you might want to position. So when we do research, once we interrogate the leader of research, Hillock's going to take his place. So that's important. You want to position them in a place where you're like, okay, I really want Guff to be, next in line. So maneuver him. Ah, I'm seeing how it's all coming together. Very cool. It's all coming together now in my mind. Oh my god, the stuttering. Alright, so now we can go to their bedrooms. So it was just the 2 like we expected.
I had to get
Just
food.
some
Did
random
I
place.
miss anything in the last 30 minutes?
Yes, you missed 30 minutes worth of content. So expecting talismans and or rare weapons. 2 talismans, as expected. And rare weapons from here, I'd say. Yeah, which is pretty unexciting.
Too much clutter.
So that's about what I expected. Yeah, okay. So we really want, I don't know if Hillock's going to be very impressive. We really want Guff to be, or Tiny. We really want Tiny to be next in line somewhere. I think Corel with Elder Scarabs, for sure. No one else seems to have anything interesting for us at the moment. I want Hillock to be in there just for funsies. I mean, talismans could be good if we end up getting some decent ones. It's actually not too bad. That's actually not too bad at all. Implicit's not very good. Oof. That was close. I think I'll use that. That's not very good. That's not very good either. So it was very cool to like pay attention to what we thought was going to happen, and then seeing it play out gives me a much greater understanding of how this works now. I think we're like starting to figure it out.
Remember, we do this for freedom.
Time for a new Quicksilver Flask? Yeah, maybe a Silver Flask. I'll get a Silver Flask since I have one. I have a Quicksilver already that I can use. That's high enough level. 69 life, 22 lining res. That's not bad, but I need blue sockets. Speaking of, I can swap that helmet in. What's that jewel? Oh, I have some veiled items. Didn't sell one, did I? Veiled. Alright, give me some scrolls. I need some scrolls. Quick silver flask with freeze immunity. I will replace my granite for that, for sure. Hallowed flask. We'll craft. Oh, I just sold all my transmutes. Never mind. What are you? Cheap construction. I don't think that really sees any use.
For freedom.
Talamoana, savior.
Okay, you're bad. Not that good. Gonna use the helmet. Plus, this gives me a blue 2 link, which means Flying Dash, and faster casting. Hell yes. Sweet. And not that good.
Talakura.
I simply can't.
Passive for the miasma
Now, where
that we got
was
earlier. I went for the Void Beacon Ascendancy first. Probably didn't need to. Could have gone Wicked Ward for damage, but sorry for more survivability. But my damage is insane. My survivability is fine, so I could have like balanced it a bit more. But greedy for the damage. Give me all the damage. Okay, so she's always in town, right, as well? June? Yeah.
Exile.
So we're going to unveil these here. Added flat elemental damage, and that applies to spells and attacks. If it doesn't specify, it does both. That's pretty good. Probably just Cold and Lightning. Seems good. 7 to 9. I'll unlock that one. That's a pretty strong mod. It's a fair bit of extra add elemental damage to spells. It's not like anything super special for attacks, but for spells, that's pretty good. Well, that's a single mod, isn't it? That's pretty nutty. Don't think I want to use that over what I already have, though. And what about you, Belt? What have you got to offer? Energy Shield Evasion, Energy Shield Armor, Armor and Evasion. Right. Give me Energy Shield Evasion.
Keep your eyes sharp.
Tala.
Moana. Warrior. Nah, I'll leave that
for freedom.
Start stashing some jewels for crafting later. Very nice. I need some more transmutes. Shouldn't have ended all of them. So a stat stick's effectively dead. For melee, yes, you can't stat stick anymore. You will be forced to attack with the weapons that you have equipped or not be able to use the skill. In all cases, that's the idea. Stat sticks still work for casting because all casting weapons are stat sticks. My lagginess right now is a bit unpleasant. Sorry about that, guys. Not the best viewing experience. We'll deal with it though. Push through. I like that if I want to burst down a rare, I just like run to them, cast Vortex, and Cold Snap at the same time. Like gold. Looks like Vortex, Cold Snap alone can just kill them, so it's probably overkill.
Kill you. Make this one last.
Because there's Hillock.
No, don't want to die again. Want
Hillock.
a friend, I do.
Removal rivalries. Okay.
Room, bashing my hammer.
I think we're gonna.
To myself, getting angry.
Getting angry
with a friend. Maybe I wouldn't hurt people no more.
Oh.
Will you help me find a friend?
Oh, Hillock. He just wants to have a friend. Removal rivalries. It's just Jorgen and Leo. I don't really care about that. It's ages before I can install him as the leader of research. So I think I'll use him for some information now. Instead we're gonna put Hillock in prison.
Hate the dark.
Hate the dark. Oh, Hillock. I feel so bad for him. He's so cute. Don't torturing him. No, I'm torturing him. That's what we're doing. He's gonna give me 7 intelligence per turn because I've ranked him all the way up. That's heaps of intelligence. I wouldn't have thought I could get so much intelligence out of Hillock, but there you go. Poor Hillock. He wanted a friend, instead I gave him torture. Oh, so good. No, bully Hillock. Literally bully Hillock. It's alright, we'll find him some friends soon. Look, my long-term plan, sure I'm torturing him now, but my long-term plan is to install him as the leader of research, where he can put his brains to good use. I feel like that's like sabotaging the syndicate. It's like, yeah, we're gonna manipulate a situation in which Hillock becomes the leader of their research operations. Me smart. Me learn the good things.
I like to think the tutor is actually his friend and they just have a good heart to heart, and that's how you get the intel less than 3.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like hurting Hillock probably wouldn't be the way to get to him. You would probably manipulate him in more subtle ways. Maybe. I don't know exactly. The Juno Toys order. We don't actually know that much about them, funnily enough. I know a lot more about the Syndicate than I know about Juno Toys order. So, who knows, really? Who knows? This is
When I'm ready, and not before.
Crafting recipe. Okay, so this is just kind of buried in somewhere, so just keep an eye on the map. In the Chamber of Innocence, we've got a crafting recipe. Movement speed rank 2. Definitely do not miss that one. It's by a giant... a fresco is a wall thing, right? What do you call this? What do you call it when it's on the ground? Anyway, big painting on the ground. Big, epic, sick art piece. Ah, yes, hurting Hillock doesn't get anywhere, but hurting the things he loves, like small puppies. Ah, yes, that's the way to get to him. Dear God.
Twist the Life Giver is the leader of both groups.
What? Why though? Oh, that's some top tier manipulation there. It's just literally for their entertainment. That's all it is. The whole thing is just for their entertainment. I'm gonna create 2 divisions, be the boss of both. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh dear. Bye. Bye. Who else but launch day? You excited for double crafting again? I lost my Sync Slick Law Weave that way. Oh, we got straight back in. Oh, cute, Pog. I'm gonna grab the life nodes here. Alright, back we go. Looks like we lost that instance. Kept my Chaos Orb that I got, so no rollback. Oh no, we just lost the map. Might as well reset it then. But I'm gonna be running it again anyway. Might as well kill some more monsters. Do you not get random crafting recipe drops? The Veiled mods are that. Whenever the Syndicate members will drop Veiled mods sometimes. And when you unveil them and select one, you learn that as a crafting recipe. Or
keep the cargo rolling.
Level
I'll
it up.
be back soon enough.
Time for me to clean up yet another of your messes.
It's Gravicious.
You're done, Ashling.
You brute.
Aisling. Oh, it was Ashling, wasn't it? And
Death holds no
Gravicious.
terror for me, Exile.
I want to test
It
something.
is you who should fear.
If we interrogate Gravicious, will we learn more about what he's doing? Because we don't know anything about him right now. I want to see what happens.
I shall stand strong no matter how many times I face an Inquisition.
Are you gonna kill
Smuggling
me?
veiled weapons.
No. You're after someone higher up. Problem is, no single person has the information.
That's fine. Make some friends.
You're
get
starting
some
to
stuff.
figure it out, aren't you? I can see it in your eyes.
I am
But there's
starting
more
to figure it
going
out.
on than you could possibly fathom.
I am starting to figure it out. Yeah, that's a... Alright, shield. What's this do again? Zendithus' Cassock. Consecrated ground. Some lightning damage. Not that good. Yeah, Lawweave is 6-socketed by default, not 6-linked. Can you explain your build briefly? No idea what... Yeah, I'll tell you what we're at the moment. So this is going to be a cold damage over time occultist. So cold damage over time, both... well, got a lot of love in terms of skills and support on the tree, support on items, and support in the occultist ascendancy this league. or this expansion. So there's a few skills that we have access to that deal cold damage over time. The primary ones are Vortex, Cold Snap. They both leave like a cold damage over time area of effect that like drains enemy, you know, degens enemies' health. And also Arctic Breath. I bet that you look good on the dance floor, which does a similar effect. I'm using Vortex and Cold Snap, but importantly I'm using Vile Cold Snap, which also does the same thing. So Vile Cold Snap puts like a freezing whirlwind around you that deals cold damage over time as well. And that stays on you as kind of like degens enemies around you. I really like that. Importantly, this expansion, Vortex, had its cast time changed so that it's instant now. So you can actually cast it while running. So that's why stuff's just blowing up. I'm just like running and casting. I got a bound to 2, I just press 2. And I can blow stuff up and leave like a chilling dot on the ground. Anything else that I want to like snipe from range, I can cold snap and leave that. And if there's anything like super tanky, like this is probably overkill, but like I can cast both at the same time. So I did a cold snap and a vortex at the same time there because you can actually do instant skills while doing other skills. So I can cast them at the same time like that. Feels really cool. And then I can actually effectively do all 3 at the same time by doing this. So I can stack 3, and they all stack too. They all do stack. Yo, Slickmaster, thank you for the 46-month resub, mate. The Twitch Prime reminder in chat. What a bloody legend. Love his style. So, Occultist has some nice support for cold damage over time. She lowers nearby enemies' cold resistance. I have that effect already. This like purple thing around underneath enemies is lowering their cold resistance. And she also gets some cold damage over time multiplier, which is a new stat specifically added this expansion. This third line there, 20% to cold damage over time multiplier. So effectively like what a lot of support gems give a multiplier for damage. But you can also get it from passive nodes. A lot of the cold damage nodes gained that as a stat. So they got quite powerful. Like they're ridiculously efficient. 5% cold damage over time multiplier, 10% increased, and effective chill. This one's like 20% increased cold damage, 10% multiplier, chance to freeze, effective chill, which
When
effective
I'm ready,
chill is also a
and
damage
not
mod for
before.
us because of some other things. We're also currently lowering enemies' resistances in 3 ways for a total of 95% lowered cold resist. So most enemies have like none. Some bosses have like a bit, and then some bosses have like, is it like 60% or something resist? So we're getting everything well below 0, and in fact, sometimes like more than doubling the damage they're taking, or doubling. I don't know, math. Minus 20 to nearby enemies from Void Beacon. Anything that like a boss, we use Frostbomb on, which as that's effect is on them, minus 25 cold resistance. And then I have Lightning Golem in my unique Malachi's Artifice. I made this smiley face. Which the Lightning Golem hits the enemies with lightning damage, triggering Elemental Equilibrium, which lowers their resistance by 50% to cold. So, and fire technically. So that's a total of 75 lowered cold resistance. And then later on I can also start using Frostbite Curse or Elemental Weakness if I wanted to as well. So I can lower their resistances even further. I don't really need that right now. Do enough damage. And we also increase the damage enemies take through Bone Chill. You can use this on any chilling skill. But it increases the cold damage taken over time if the enemies are chilled. It also increases the cold damage hits they take based on how much they're chilled for. So if their chilled effect is like 15%, they'll take 15% increased damage. And that's my Rap God explanation of my build currently. We have some AoE scaling at the moment. Life will be Chaos Inoculation Energy Shield later on. So pure Energy Shield builds. We'll get Frigid Wake and Vile Bastion and Wicked Ward from the Ascendancy. We'll be immune to Freeze and Chill. We'll be immune to Stun. So it takes care of most of the downsides of CI in the actual Ascendancy itself. Pretty nasty.
The world must be cleansed of impurity. Burn! I I am
Do
the
do
Emperor.
do 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 do. Ba, 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 ba. Oh, the crazy spiral of stuff going out. It looks different now, but that's the spite craft on gloves. The spite enchantment. Just chilling enemies some more, you know? In case all the enemies weren't already chilled. Chill out, dudes. Chill out.
I am order. I am the new and the eternal. I am innocence.
All right, innocence. Let's do this, mate.
I am the storm.
When I'm ready, and not before.
Pretty good damage.
The Emperor.
I've played a little bit with Arctic Breath. The cold damage over time it deals is simply lower than the other skills. It doesn't have a cooldown, sure, so you can spam it, but that's not really an advantage when it doesn't like stack with itself. So they might have some use later on. But I mean, like when it comes to like damage over time, you just want the thing that deals the most, right? For the most part. Paying attention to some mechanics, but I think Arctic Breath also has the downside of being slow to cast. It's got a slow cast speed, given how much like AoE it deals. I mean, Cold Snipe also has a slow cast speed, but I think Arctic Breath is slower. I don't know. Maybe not. We bypass bubble mobs because degens on the ground bypass bubbles, which is nice. Bye.
Innocence.
Doosh. Hi, Sin.
You and
Show
only
off.
you.
I am.
Oh.
I am sin.
The one cinematic in Path of Exile Poggers. Why is there no sound? The one cinematic. For some reason, there was no sound for. I must have like something turned down. Maybe it's like sound effect volumes? Ambient sound? Don't even notice the fact there's no ambient
What
sound.
in damnation have you done?
You've destroyed him.
Bannon, calm down, mate. How would this setup work in a totem build? I think badly. I actually, back in the day, I made a Vortex totem build. And it was like a damage over time Vortex totem build. But Vortex now has a cooldown, so it wouldn't work very well. They both have cooldowns, so it would not work well at all. There's no advantage to putting it on a totem, certainly all downside. What in damnation? Hot tub totem machine, I think. Yeah, that rings a bell. Did we call it something like that? Or was it just a meme at the time? Yeah, I remember that. The only thing I remember, the only like moment I actually remember of playing it was doing that one unique map where you get divination cards. It was the first time I did that map. That's why I remember the build. See ya. Oh, second form, eh? Not anymore. There was a
This time,
second form.
It'll be you begging for your life.
You're done, Ashling.
You could end my
Where are you
life.
going, Aisling?
I would, were I in your position.
Destroy
But
all
I
items
have
and
a better
transportation
idea.
members. Do they have much?
Leave me alive. And I'll make sure
not a
certain
lot.
syndicate resources are reallocated.
I mean,
Move
Iceling's
enough
one's
bricks,
kind of nasty.
And perhaps the tower will come crashing down.
Yeah, I'll do it. Destroyed their items. Ha ha ha. Get shredded.
The foundations are shifting, Exile. But I doubt you'll bring the tower down.
When I'm
I got
ready,
my
and
first
not
crafting
before.
recipe from near the end of Act 2, was move speed. Apparently some people have found some earlier than that, though. Seems like there's a lot of them around the place. You'll run into a lot just kind of on the main path, but there are some hidden off inside areas. I might try and make... I've been making a bit of a note of some of them. Might try and, like, put a bit of a list together, or maybe. Cool. Nice. I've been forgetting I have a silver flask now. I can double that up with my quicksilver flask. What does destroy items do? They equip items, typically when you like execute them.
I I just switched from LMP / controlled destruction / faster casting / winter orb to winter orb / cast while channeling / ice spear / GMP. And holy fuck, that power spike.
It's good. That was very confusing to listen to, but I get you. You went cast one channel winter orb ice spear. A few people have been talking about that as something they'd like to try. Is the winter orb doing much for you in that case? Is it like helping a lot with the clear or something? Curious about the, I guess because ice spear has like grapple clear, huh? Sounds like a bit of a single target setup though. You try winter orb yet? Oh, this is not really a winter orb build. I can't really like try it properly. I played around with it for a second with no extra projectiles and it was funny, as in like lame. But you know, I didn't expect it to not be. I think it's not a skill you can just kind of throw on and have it be good. I think you at least need to, you know, have some good links for it and stuff like that. It's not like Vortex. You can have an unlinked Vortex and it's good. I have a barely linked Vortex and it's good. It's a 2-link right now. Why so stuttery in here? What? What's going on, man? One thing I like about Vortex is the cooldown gets lower and lower as you level it too, so. The cooldown's not too bad to begin with. Like, it's, I think, pretty passable if you have another skill going on. But I think it'll be even nicer once it goes down just a little bit. I saw that there was some cooldown reduction crafts going on from the Veiled mods as well, so might be possible to get something like that if it feels like it'll help. So there's a crafting recipe here in the ossuary as well. There's actually a hideout in here, which I want to get to. The crafting recipe is physical damage, potentially an important one to get. Craft some decent fizz leveling weapons, though most of the time it's more efficient to just buy a unique for like a chaos or two. I want to find this hideout because I actually want to use this one. This is my hideout, I think. There's a skeletal bone sanctuary hideout near somewhere. I want it.
I'm ready, and this time it'll be you.
I've been itching for a good fight.
Alright, guys. Holy shit, there's 3 of them.
Have you no conscience,
Another
assassin?
deal.
Ashling, keep your corpse
It's
art
over,
far
Leo.
from us. Where's the
friend.
life giver?
Don't lock me up again.
So Vagan was the leader of Fortification. We shredded him, and now Jorgen is, and now Vagan's just like some pleb somewhere, is he? Where is he? He's just a pleb in the middle of nowhere. He doesn't have a place yet.
Death's the only option here, I'm afraid.
He can become part of transportation. What else? So we have 3 choices here. We can execute Aisling.
You're no stranger to murder. Just make it quick.
Where are you right now, Aisling? You're here. So Aisling's next in line for Fortification.
Go on, do it. You're no stranger to murder. Just
Veiled
make
weapons?
it.
I think that's good.
That was
I think I
my
like more veiled
friend.
gear.
Always hoped I'd get a warrior's death.
This is so funny. I love it. Leo moves to transportation. +1 rank to Leo. Leo in prison. 1 transportation intelligence. Yeah, thanks, Niko.
That was my friend. Exile, you're taking all of this far too personally. But I must confess, I'd rather not be the next on the chopping block. Go on then. What do you need from me?
Relocating silver coin stash. Smuggling veiled weapons. Okay. Silver coins. Vagan. Remove all rivalries in the Immortal Syndicate. It's funny that Jorgen is like the enemy of Leo, who's like next in line after his subordinate. This is kind of funny, man. I have 9% progress. I've done 1 safe house run so far. So in theory, it'll take like 10. Might depend on the rank of the person in charge. My next one is only gonna have a rank 1 Thane, which is not very good. Vagan, you can give me a tiny bit of information about that.
I will be cruel in my methods because he can take it. Cool wins.
I feel like June feels more evil than some of them. Not gonna lie. I guess she's just doing what needs to be done. was this? 64 life, some fire resist, and a little bit of spell damage, right? Oh, free shock and ignite. Cast speed, life mana. Not that good. Now, where's my hideout? That's what I came here for. Blessed Checker, thank you for the 3-month sub, mate. Thank you very much. Boop, boop. Flight mana cost reduction is a hybrid with like an amount of mana.
Calling it now, we find out in a future expansion that the Immortal Syndicate are actually the good guys.
Well, I mean, I do wonder why, like, people who seem kind of noble, like Haku, and, you know, I mean, Elrian seemed like he was trying to do what he thought was good, but well, why did they all join it, huh? Why did they all betray us? Now, like, think about who are our allies now. June, who seems like a sadist. Niko, who's literally insane. Einhar is a fun dude, but he's literally a doomsday prepper. I thought it was in the ossuary here, this hideout. I don't see it. Sad. And who else is there? Alva Valai, who basically wants to steal, like, the cultural heritage of a race.
Recognition.
I mean, let's think about our current allies, right? Compared to Haku, who just wanted to Haku wanted to, like, you know, rescue lost spirits of his ancestors. Okay, seems like a pretty noble pursuit. Tora wanted to protect the environment. Okay, she's a hippie. Sounds cool. Fine. Like Leo wanted just Vagan just wanted a good, you know, he just wanted a good tussle. It's not so bad. That's not so bad. Is that really so evil? Elrian was like, I don't know what Elrian was trying to do. Preserve artifacts or something? Preserve holy relics? It's like, whatever. I guess that's... Depends on your viewpoint. Verici and Katarina? Yeah, I mean, I can understand them potentially. I mean, they seemed like, less, you know... I think Katarina was, like, chaotic neutral. Not necessarily evil. Do I want any of these or want to get any from anyone? For anyone? I don't think so. There's nothing here I can actually use. Yeah. In theory, Frozen Trail, you could combo stuff, but I really don't think it matters. People might want zombie ones. I don't know.
Remember,
I'm just going to throw it in the 1C tab, by the way. All this stuff I'll just chuck in like 1C tabs. That's like mediocre. And then if it's not sold tomorrow, I just vendor it.
Salah.
That's the idea.
Salah.
Have I unveiled everything? No. Belt. Increase effective flasks on you. With no downside, that one. Is this any good? Nah. Basically just like a throwaway to learn the recipe.
Greetings.
Hallowed life flask. Oh, bubbling, yes. Keep an eye out for bubbling and seething. It's a huge help to have at least one of those while leveling. Cast speed, life.
Remember,
okay.
We do this for freedom.
Oh, I want to see if this thing is doing anything yet. Oh my god, it's doing stuff! Currency gain per hour, 22C. Oh yeah. We don't really expect that much for leveling. Current net worth, 229C. That can't be right. Where's that coming from? I don't have 229C. If so, let me liquidate it now. What? Armor is scrap. Okay, this is obviously not right. 47C of armor is scrap. The price might be a little bit not quite settled yet. It's probably just because like no one's trading armor as scraps on PoE trade, so it's like it's one price that it has to pull is just way off. Total, apparently, yeah, like it reckons Scrolls of Wisdom are 1C each. Okay, so this might be not quite right. It's the group stats. I don't have a group though. My group is just me. Sell some. Want to sell my Scrolls of Wisdom 1C per. I'd like to sell my armor scraps for What is it? Slightly less than a C each. Let's say 15 chaos for 20 armor scraps. Let's go. It may include anyone you trade with. No, that just shows you like a recent people you've encountered. It's not showing there. It's showing their stuff, but it's not including it in my stats. Like I can see how much money the people I've encountered recently are making, or how much money they have. It's kind of funny, eh? But I mean, it's all public information. Feels weird though that like you're just kind of like, oh yeah, hello, Mr. Wet Toaster, nice 31 C an hour. Bet you have hardly found any armor scraps, noob.